This is Sharon Tennant on Help for the Help. Today's episode is going to be from advice and wisdom that has been sent to me on suggestions to share with you to help you with your loved one. The first lady wrote in and she said she makes the bed in layers. Like she will take a mattress cover, a fitted sheet, a mattress cover, fitted sheet, mattress cover, fitted sheet. And then when her loved one messes up the top layer, she peels it, from the fitted sheet, and then she can just go back to bed. And this will help her if it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when she messes up the bed. And it will last 2 or 3 days depending on how many layers you put on there. Another person suggested that you have tracking placed in their cell phones. Like Life 360 is a great tracking program. And that way you'll be able to locate them if they've gone to another part of the mall or walking down the road. Number 3, hide all dangerous items. I think you would know this anyhow, but you need to put away all sharp objects, the knives, scissors, even grill lighters or any kind of lighters. Make sure they are put away. 4, give your LOs, your loved ones, small chores to do so that they still feel like they're contributing and that they're valuable. It can be something simple like folding washcloths or sorting socks or sorting costume jewelry. One lady wrote in that she, when she does dishes, she'll put 3 or 4 already clean, leave them in the sink, and then the LO will come up and she will wash some. So that was a good idea. Number 5 said absolutely no sad movies or violent movies, war movies, angry movies, because this just gets them all agitated and it can cause problems with sleeping. It can offset the mood. Number 6, I've heard this one come up many, many times. You have a hard time getting elderly people into the shower. Now, part of it is they get into the shower, they know they're going to be so cold when they get out, so they dread it. That was the case with my father. My mother just didn't want to shower. And so I know of a lady that she would bribe her mother. Here's a half a glass of wine if you'll get in the shower. And then again, that may or may not work for you. That's fine. Other people have suggested when you get them up in the morning because they're still groggy and everything, but now have the water already warm and the bathroom warmed and just walk them to the shower. They're not up for the fight, not just yet. So that may be a good thing to do is change your times. Number 7, start putting up cameras around the house. So you can watch and see what their habits are, where they can get out, what places are might be the most dangerous or the easiest to escape. Number 9, someone wrote that their father kept finding car keys. They would hide them. He'd find them, or he had a spare. And what you do is you could swap out if it's a Kia key, find another one that looks similar, an old key, and they think that's their key. If they try to start a vehicle, it won't start. My brother just pulled the spark plugs out of my mom's van. Let's see, where was I? The next one is turn off all the burners on the stove. We had to do that. We've had to do that early on with just old age forgetfulness, They would set a pot on the stove. It would cook for hours. So you need to find a way to take care of that. All right. Here's something that has come up a lot. Sometimes a loved one will ask, where's John, her late husband that died 2 years ago? And they'll say, well, they passed away. And this is what a doctor had told me every time you tell them But so and so has passed away, so and so died. Don't you remember? So it's happening for the first time in their minds, or they're reliving that grief, and they'll forget that grief. Then they'll ask you again, and they start grieving again, or it's as if they heard it for the first time. Uh, there's nothing wrong with saying he's not here right now. You're not lying. Um, Maybe we'll see him later. Maybe we will. Just come up with something else to say that's kind of generic. That just keeps our heart from breaking over and over again. I just read where someone is truly suffered so much from caretaker burnout that she ended up in the hospital. You have got to take care of yourself first. You have to. You can't care for another individual and be all that you can be. You can't be strong unless you have been taking care of yourself. You've got to eat. It would help you eat right. But I mean, you've got to make sure you get food in your system, that you're hydrated, that you are rested, that every last little thing, if it starts getting on your nerves, you need a break, some kind of a break. Other people, I know you think you can't depend on other people, but you'd be surprised at the ones you can depend on. You have to put it out there. By you putting it out there, that's not going to make them run and call Adult Protective Services on you or anybody else. I mean, a lot of people are scared, they're going to think I'm neglectful, or no, you're saying, I need some help. I've been doing it by myself for such a long time. Take care of yourself. Just take care of yourself. Now, one thing I wished I had brought up a few videos back, there's been a lot about using the bathroom. One of the things I had to do was get the potty chair. I know you all know what the potty chair is. Place it near the bed. Didn't matter if it went with the ensemble or not. It was placed near, and get Dad trained to get up and go to that, because he wanted to get up and walk around the house and get to the bathroom. They're going to do what they're used to doing. You need to start training as soon as you can to go to that potty chair so they can make it. We had a rubber mat. People have asked, what do you do about the carpet? Lots of office mats. Go to an office store. Lots of rubber mats. Some people said like a big bucket or kitty litter pan or something. But then you risk tripping over that lip. They'll trip and make a bigger mess. So I would go with the rubber mats or the roll of plastic or pee pads or something like that. And then for the smell, which it's really going to smell, put a cap of Fabuloso, or if you use Lysol, put it in. Leave it in there until you clean it out. Okay, shut the lid, leave it in until you clean it out. You may not even be able to leave the lid on if you have a loved one that's a male that starts forgetting to lift the seat, and you may have to take that off. But you want to make that easier. Now, the lady that wrote to me about wearing Depends, that's been a battle across the board. I'm still waiting to hear for some solutions on that. So you certainly can place some solutions on that. I haven't found any yet. I did see a picture where a woman had taken the Depends and tied them around her feet and made very interesting bedroom slippers. But that was a battle that I fought with both my parents. And it wasn't a battle when I was a hired caretaker to go out and work with different elderly people. Sometimes the parents, if they realize you're their child, they don't want to mind you because they want to tell you what to do. They still have that mindset. So it's really hard on you guys. I know this. Just try to say something joyful back and ignore the nastiness. You have to. They're confused. They're angry. They feel like they're in some sort of a jail in their mind, trapped in their mind. But I think this will help, and I definitely want to hear more from you and hear some things that you have this wonderful idea and share that if you will allow me. So thank you again, and we will see you later.